The United Nations Convention on the Rights of the Child, 1989, is a legally binding document with signatories of 196 countries. It outlines the specific needs of children, and nations who signed it are bound by international law. The UNCRC consists of 54 articles designed to ensure children's needs in relation to health, safety, education, and well-being are being fulfilled. To achieve efficient practice, parents, the community, and the government must work hand in hand in seeking the best interests of the child. Our presentation seeks to expound the importance of protecting the rights of children. We will explore 4 policies which are implemented to protect those rights in Trinidad and Tobago and Barbados. There will be an illustration of developmental theories and the impact on the needs of children. Lastly, we will outline 2 policies which an early childhood practitioner can implement to protect the rights of children.
According to the College Dictionary, a child is a human being who is not yet an adult. Children are vulnerable beings who are dependent on the assistance of adults to help them survive and have their basic needs met. It is due to this fact that this must be protected, as they do not have the skills, knowledge, and experience to assist themselves. The United Nations Convention on the Right of a Child have agreed to protect all children from harmful situations and discriminations of any kind of race, color, sex, religion, or any other status. This international body recognizes the need for a Declaration Act which has announced to children and permitted to specialized care and support. In order to have a great well-being and growth, and health, and nutritious food and clean water, the children's environment needs to establish love, happiness, and understanding. In this way, children can be fully equipped to have an ordinary life in society, which they can gain peace, freedom, and equality of their choice. Therefore, it is important to protect the rights of the young children. Every child has the right to health, education, and protection against all abuse, whether it be physical, mental, or sexual. Every adult member of society has a hand in supporting every child's opportunity in life.
In Trinidad and Tobago, the education of children in early years is not mandatory. Its importance, however, is highly recognized. The process has commenced for the formalization of education at early childhood level, that is, between the ages of 3 to 5 years old. In 1990, Trinidad and Tobago became a signatory of UNESCO's Education for All initiative, which emphasizes the rights of every person to quality education. In compliance with this, the Ministry of Education embarks on educational reform within the ECCE sector. To protect children's right to education at the preschool level, the Ministry of Education developed the Draft Model for Education Policy Paper 2007. It details the expected standards to be upheld to promote and support the holistic development of young children. This policy states that children must be nurtured, they must be granted age-appropriate opportunities to develop literacy, numeracy, and social skills. Children must be prepared for a smooth transition into primary school, and they must be prepared for lifelong learning. The Children's Authority of Trinidad and Tobago is the body responsible for the care and protection of children and was established under the Children's Authority Act, Chapter 4610. The role of the authority is to provide care, protection, and rehabilitation of children. They are the voice of the children. Reports or claims of suspected cases of abuse or mistreatment of the children must be investigated. Upon confirmation of the abuse, the child must be removed from the place of abuse if an immediate threat exists. An alternative place of safety must be established by the authority for the child. The Government of Barbados has an entity that serves a similar function as the Children's Authority of Trinidad and Tobago. It is called the Child Care Board and was established in 1969 and amended in 1981. The Child Care Board is responsible for implementing the child protection system. Under the Prevention of Cruelty to Children Act 3, a child should be removed from a place of imminent danger. To protect the child's right to safety, the Child Care Board must provide and maintain child care centers to accommodate at-risk children and be their safe place. Counsel must be provided to children as needed, and provision and supervision of foster home and foster parents must be arranged if the case requires it. In an attempt to protect children's right to education at the preschool level, the Government of Barbados has implemented a policy within the pre-primary sector of the age 4 to 5 year group called the Parent Volunteer Support Program. Parent volunteers will be given a stipend of 10 hours of volunteer services. Volunteer services last for a period of up to 4 years. This program is designed to encourage collaboration between families and the school with the intention of student empowerment. The parents' role in the classroom will be to provide support and supervision during activities, interact with children, and promote good values.
In this portion, I will demonstrate the use of Vygotsky's social learning theory, Piaget's constructivism theory, and Skinner's behaviorist theory in pedagogical contexts. Vygotsky's approach to learning revolves around the concept of the zone of proximal development. It refers to the distance between the learner's current capability and capabilities that can be developed using a more knowledgeable other, like a capable adult or peer, using hints, range of answers, and resources.
In this activity, I will demonstrate Vygotsky's approach to learning through scaffolding. I will be using a puzzle to demonstrate this. The action I want to scaffold is for children to fix puzzles on their own. To do that, I will use my own puzzle and I will demonstrate this. While they're working alongside of me, I will be doing my own demonstration, turning the puzzles to try and fix them in the correct place. In other words, I'm modeling it for the children to copy. Apart from that, while they're fixing their own puzzles, I'm going to be asking them questions to prompt them to put the puzzles in the correct place. So I'll be asking them things like, does that look like it will fit there? Look at the space. Do you think this will fit? Do you think this will fit? Asking them questions to move around the puzzles and fix them in the correct place.
P.F. Skinner's operant conditioning behaviors theory is based upon positive and negative reinforcements that would encourage wanted behavior and or discourage unwanted behavior. In light of this, a reinforcer is vital to consolidate the desired response.
In this activity, I will demonstrate B.F. Skinner's approach to learning through operant conditioning. I will condition my students to tell me the name of the colors they want to use to complete this activity, being that they are supposed to use different colors for this to represent the colors of the rainbow. However, if the children do not tell me the correct color, they have to stick with the white crayon that they have been given initially. So children will come up, look into this container that I have, and say to me orally that they want to use the red crayon, and then I will tell them to pick it out. They are supposed to look for the red and pick it out. If they do not do so, they have to stick with their white crayon.
Piaget viewed knowledge as an internal, active, creative process constructed through experiences. He believed that authentic learning occurs when the learner actively participates in the acquisition process and that their actions reflect their thinking.
In this activity, I will demonstrate Piaget's approach to learning through active engagement. Children will be placed into groups of 3 and they will be given this pattern template along with shape cutouts to match the shapes in the correct order to represent a pattern. They will be working in groups, so all the learning will occur through group interaction.
2 new policies that an educator would implement to further safeguard the rights of children. No school or staff members has the right to withhold a child from their parents under no circumstances, unless it has been court-ordered. However, the school should also have a policy in place in case such incidents may occur. If a person is suspected of being intoxicated or under the influence of drugs, the staff or school may suggest to that person several alternatives that will benefit the well-being of the child and all parties involved. The school or staff should advise the person that it will be best for them not to remove the child from the care of the school until a suitable adult is available to collect the child and take them home. Procedures for parents under the influence of drugs and alcohol that staff members should follow. They should contact someone else to collect the child, suggest to that person go somewhere off school property to sober up. If the person still insists on taking the child and all alternatives have failed, advise that person that you will be contacting the relevant authorities about their current conditions. You should also keep a record and file of the incident. Discrimination or bullying. Children need to feel safe in any environment they are in. Children are not the only ones who are bullies or being bullied. Some adults discriminate against children and families who may be from a different background, ethnicity, and of different physical appearance. Staff members should not discuss a child's personal information with another parent. Staff members should not speak down to a child in any way or use verbally discriminating words. Children should not be made fun of for asking to use the bathroom regularly or for wetting themselves. A staff member or a parent may not enter the school's premises to attack a child, staff member, or any parent. In breach of the rules will result in the school taking these precautions. Staff members will be terminated and/or the right authorities will be called. Police will be called on any parents or staff members who enter the school in any violent manner and violate a student or staff member's rights.
To conclude, I reiterate that childhood is the fundamental period of human life where one is experiencing progressive growth and development. And at this stage, children should live free from fear, safe from violence, and protected from abuse, as has been highlighted in the policies previously. Equally important is the consideration of various developmental theories that lay the foundation for the institution of developmentally appropriate practices and activities in the early childhood care and education setting. However, as we live in an ever-changing world, so too does the early childhood sector continue to evolve to best suit the needs of our children through the establishment of new, more efficient policies. We trust that you have been enriched with the information that has been presented and are more encouraged to do your part to contribute to augmentation of ECCE.
Hi everyone. As I conclude what I have learned about children's rights policies and how it impacts growth and development in each individual child. According to the Child's Protection Program, children who are not guided by moral adults can be exposed to various kinds of violence, different forms of abuse, child labor, cyberbullying, and other harmful practices. All children have the right to be protected from violations, as I have mentioned above. Also, children have the opportunity to develop to their full potential, which can help them develop appropriately while learning becomes relevant, as this provides a first start in every child's life to develop their maximum extent possible and recognizes the right of every child to a standard of living, which include the importance of nutrition, protection, education, and stimulation in a child's life. Therefore, parents, teachers, and members of society need to play their part to create a loving and safe environment to assess the quality of caregiving. So it's time to play our part at now to make our children's life more meaningful.
Good evening, everyone. Completing this assignment has increased my understanding of the importance of implementing policies to protect children's rights, as well as the numerous measures countries are taking in seeking the best interests of the child. I have gained a deeper insight regarding the chain reaction that the United Nations Convention on the Rights of the Child has created in attempting to look out for the well-being of our children. This has inspired my thinking and realization that one positive change can make a vast difference to the lives of many. The quality of life of a child depends on more than the home and the classroom, but extends to the community as a whole. Collaborating for this assignment has helped me develop appreciation for individuality as well as teamwork. It has encouraged me to trust and rely on others. This experience has given me opportunities to build on my knowledge as well as share my skills with others.
Hello everyone, Jacqueline here to share my findings from this learning experience with you. I have learned that early years practitioners have an obligation to facilitate the growth and development of the young children in our care. Though we dutifully practice developmentally appropriate pedagogy in most cases, we tend to neglect to align our practices with child rights policies. I have gathered that these two complement each other because no matter how appropriate or play-based our strategies are, children will get a thing from it if their living conditions are inhumane and traumatic. Childhood is such an impressionable period of life, and if we want our children to grow up to be productive citizens of society, they must be reared in a learning, conducive environment, free of fear, safe from violence, and protected from abuse. United Nations made it clear that every adult member of society has a hand in supporting every child's opportunity in life, and we as practitioners particularly have to seriously do our part to contribute to the augmentation of ECCE.
Hello everyone, my name is Shemila Scantlebury. I just want to share my views on child rights policies and safeguarding. I have learned a number of things regarding this topic. First, I would like to say that children are our future and we need to make sure they are safe and developing at their best. Safeguarding children's rights and having policies in place is not all about safety for children, but also about their rights to have their everyday developmental needs met. Children learn at their best when in a comfortable environment. We as ECCE caregivers need to work alongside parents and the community to ensure that this happens. Children should be treated as children and not adults and must be able to enjoy their childhood without the worries of adult problems. So we as the adults need to make sure that children's rights are being met and upheld.